Hi, it's Gene, retired in Mexico, and we ask one question on this channel, which is, do they write them and do they sing them like they used to? Now, a lot of people, young and old, they think the old music is better. I just did a video on it that dropped this morning. This morning is August 25th. And it was another video about why the new music sucks. But I disagree, and that's what we're doing on this channel. If you like what we're doing, hit the like or subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. And today I'm going to do another video in the series of, I guess what I'll call my Swiss cheese videos, which is I have this pretty good background in 21st century music, but it's full of holes. And somehow I missed the Deftones change. I don't think I know this song. Somehow, so it's 22 years old. Okay, so it's right at the beginning, May 2000. So it's just barely 21st century. But anyway, as far as I know, I've never heard the song, and so I checked into the lyrics. They're kind of bleak, but pulling wings off a fly, and yeah. But anyway, it's I remember doing that when I was like 4 years old, but not as an adult. But anyway, this is supposed to be a really good song, and so let's go ahead and hit it up. Here we go. I'll probably stop the video once. Way that I'm not sure what you call that treatment on the vocal, but where it's not compressed, but the word escapes me. But right away, that reminds me of Slipknot. We did a video on them, and they do. Actually, there was a video I watched that I did not react to. It's just one I watched on my own, and it had exactly that same vocal production. So, which is fine. But let's keep going. All right. So here's what I liked about the song. The rhythm section was absolutely locked in. Loved the bass and the drums. What I got was a really strong, it was still kind of, this is 2000, but it still felt very grungy, right? So it reminded me of bands like Alice in Chains, which, by the way, I saw those guys and they weren't famous yet, so I had kind of an honest reaction to them, and I thought they were very good, but kind of one note. Everything was kind of the same tempo. But I saw them in 1991. They opened for Iggy Pop. Yeah, they weren't famous yet, so that was kind of an early grunge sighting. I haven't seen too many grunge bands. Nirvana, Mudhoney, and Alice in Chains. That's probably it for the grunge bands. Never saw Pearl Jam or anybody like that. But I get a real strong feeling that these guys haven't really updated their sound for that. It had the sort of classic ringing guitars, and so I like this song fine. But it was the thing I want to say about the song is it sounds like I've heard it before, but I haven't. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's similar to other songs. Now, I don't know who was the influencer and influencee, but I suspect that these guys were borrowing more than they were inventing. The lyrics are just okay, and the chord progression is just okay. Vocals were fine. Rhythm section, like I said, killed it. Really liked that. That was my favorite part of it. And the video, again, it's got that. How do I want to say it? Like if you're riding a boat in the water, there's a wake behind it, right? So grunge created this wake that still kind of floated into the 2000s, and some people were still doing grungy kind of music, and the video felt kind of grungy too. Maybe in the literal sense too, with all those beer cans and ants and all that kind of thing. So I don't know. In 2000, when I think about the music I was listening to that year, I would say this sounds a little dated, a little bit Stone Temple Pilotsy, if you will. And it doesn't hit as hard either as Stone Temple Pilots. So it's kind of taking that grunge sound and making something very melodic and very pop. There's nothing wrong with that. I can see why this video has 180 million plays on Spotify or whatever it is. It's an extremely popular song because it hits the middle where a lot of people are going to like it. But for me, I mentioned Slipknot. Slipknot got me excited when I watched them. I was like, hell yeah. And these guys don't do that to me. They remind me more of some of the mid-career albums by Foo Fighters. I'm not a huge Foo Fighters fan. I like some of their songs, and especially, what is it? Maybe their first and second album. But sometimes they're a little by the numbers, and that's just the way I see it. I love really hard-hitting rock. I love metal. I love all those styles. This just seemed a little typical and not very inventive. So I'm going to give this a B. And like I say, the rhythm section, fantastic. The bass and drums, those guys are great. So let me know if I should hit up something different by the Deftones. I picked this album. It wasn't recommended by anybody, but it was on the Guardian list. That's a UK newspaper and or magazine, and the Guardian had this as one of the 100 best albums of the 21st century. And I'm going down that list, and I'm trying to hit up one song from each album that made that list. And yeah, I liked it fine, but it just didn't rock me, if you will. So let me know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if there's other Deftones I should hit up. And as we say here in Mexico, buen dia.